that it's not an increase. It's if the two entities of Willow and Ypsilanti cease to exist, then they're still paying the same 18 mills, but you have a new entity that has never had the levy, so you have to have it as an increase in the 18 mills.
But it will eventually be an increase.
No.
After 2 years.
I thought it was 5 years.
I was 10. Clay was Simpson.
The news to get out is even better. It doesn't affect homeowners or
It's business.
Right, it's business tax.
it's all second homes and business. Not farms.
The homestead.
But you need to know that the will run 15 also expires in the year.
So does Ypsilanti.
So does Ypsilanti. Most of Washtenaw County school districts
You
do.
don't vote before it expires, even though you haven't missed the, you have to use that increase. So,
And then if it's not passed, then there's another vote in February.
For the millage, which
For the
would,
millage.
for the millage, that would be okay if that one doesn't pass, and we believe that that is the majority of the combined communities. However, the consolidation can only go through if both communities separately vote yea for it.
All right. Under new and old business, we have rescheduling the November 1st meeting to 5:30 p.m.
Mr. President, I move that the Willow Board of Education change the meeting time for the November 1st, 2012 meeting to 5:30 p.m.
Support.
It has been moved and supported that the Willow Board of Education reschedule the November 1st, 2012 meeting to 5:30 p.m. Discussion.
The purpose of the change is there is a meeting that we just found out about this week that WRCS is holding over at their office. MESB is coming in with their legislative team, and they're encouraging all boards, superintendents to be present. What they're doing is working out their goals and the information they need from the local districts on what we need to promote coming out of our legislature for the next year. And we have a lot of things coming up on the ballots, both local districts, but also at the legislative level, that we need to make sure that those people in Lansing know, and they're hearing it from all angles, how they're affecting us down here. And this is our opportunity to make sure that we, as Willow Run, have our voice heard over there. And I personally feel that we need to have our entire team. So we're doing breakout sessions to talk about different areas of legislation coming up. And in order to get full coverage, it sounds like we really all need to be there.
That's my interpretation as well.
What time is that be?
7 o'clock until 9. It'll be a long evening for those who participate in the second half.
That's the Thursday before the election.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's the kind of to happen, because the message you're going to deliver, right, you get a lot of gays on it.
Right.
But-
It'll be different for the next one.
Different. Tuesday after the vote.
Yep, that's what I was thinking, that's kind of a stupid time for them to be calm.
But typically, though, the majority of districts are only going to have 1 or 2 board members that are for a seat. So the vast majority should be people that will be seated until the next regularly scheduled
But
election.
still, I mean, the election is like, 3 days after this meeting. They should have held it after the election.
But on the other hand, if they're hitting a good number of ISDs, you've got that one group, and they have to start somewhere. And if they wait one more week, that's one less week they have to do what they have to do in Lansing.
have gone on the other Thursday and not collided with anybody's districts. Because we're the only one that has meetings on Thursdays. But
Anyway.
it is what it is, and given the importance of it, Chris and I both obviously feel that it's worth changing our meeting for.
All right, the only, as far as 5:30 with me, that's gonna be tight, but, if I'm not able to make it, you know, I'm pretty sure, Christine can do it.
We ran without you.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can too, but 5:30 is kind of pushing it for me, but we'll see what we can do. Also, those Thursdays are, meetings, well, it's been the Thursday, I don't know if it's gonna change, as far as with the advocacy team too, so.
Because that's something else that, John and I attend those meetings, and there's actually one taking place right now, for the unification, and, we have a representative there taking notes for us. We need to make sure that they don't hold them on Thursdays.
So tentatively, I guess it's okay. I mean, we gotta vote on it though, but,
Right.
anybody else have anything? It's a roll call, right? Roll call.
Trustee Myers.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Meadows.
Aye.
And Trustee Thomas.
Aye.
I vote aye, Mr. President.
Aye, motion carries.
And then 7 to 9 at the ISD.
Correct.
Correct.
That way we'll have this board meeting completed, and then all of us that can make it, we could possibly do carpool over. For those that want to.
I'll clean the band.
Approval of monthly bills payable.
Mr. President, I move that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the following general fund checks. Check number 57805 through and including check number 58016, with the exception of voided checks as noted on page 9 of the general fund check register, totaling $1,901,462.91.
Support.
It has been moved and supported that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the following general fund checks. Check number 57805 through and including check number 58016, with the exception of voided checks as noted on page 9 of the general fund check register, totaling $1,901,462.91. All those in favor, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of purchase order, Camtronics.
Mr. President, I move that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the purchase of 9 new HD cameras and installation around the exterior of the Elementary Learning Center for a total amount not to exceed $20,834.60.
Support.
It has been moved and supported that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the purchase of 9 new HD cameras and installation around the exterior of the Elementary Learning Center for a total amount not to exceed $20,834.60. Discussion. That's due to the incidents we had over the summer, right?
Yes,
All right.
that's what kind of fueled it, but it's necessary.
Yes, appreciate it.
And this is actually live into the police department, so it's monitored 24/7, right?
Yes, through the cell phone server, right? Is that what it is?
No, it's not actually through the cell phone server, that ended up being more expensive.
Oh,
This
okay.
goes through a different server, but only the sheriff's department and the district have access to the stream.
Excellent.
Thank you.
This was already budgeted.
We had money set aside for our security. We had budgeted $100,000, and we're using some with the people that we have at the ILC and the high school, and then this was left over that, so it's already budgeted for safety, and we didn't know it was exactly going to be the cameras, but it was able to fit.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of contracted services school psychologist.